everyone, it's Julia. I did a sweatshirt redo this week and I really liked the sleeve treatment on this, so I thought I'd share it with you. This is an Enza brand and I'll link it down below. I do purchase these wholesale, but it has an open bottom on it and it's just kind of a raw edge bottom. The first thing I want to do is cut these cuffs off. I am going to be keeping the raw edge on these the end of the sleeves as well, but I do add something fun to them. Opening up that cuff, because I'm going to use this fabric for part of the design. I have my Heat and Bond Light, which is a paperback adhesive. I'm just going to press that on the back of this opened up cuff. And then I do have, you can probably see, I do have some lines drawn on that, and I'm going to just cut that into 4 different pieces here. I'm going to be running these pieces through my Sizzix Big Shot. I have a font that I'm going to be using, and it is the Lollipop font. If I can find it, it might be discontinued, but if I can find it, I'll link it down below for you. There are a lot of fonts available for the Sizzix Big Shot. I'm not sure if this one is still available, but I'm just going to run it through, just making my sandwich. And then I'm just going to continue until I get all of my my design cut out. And you can see what I'm going to be doing there. I'm going to spell out the word lake. It's just going to be a, you know, I'm in the Minnesota lake country here, and I'll just keep it in my, have it in my summer shop and probably put it on Etsy as well. Also love this little piece of fabric, and the blue is a really good match. And so I'm going to use this as the base of my design. I'm going to put the letters for lake on top of it. Again, just added a little bit of paperback adhesive or the Heat and Bond Light on the back of this. I cut this a little bit bigger than I needed because I'm going to be using a piece of this fabric for the sleeve. I'm just going to cut that off approximately 1 inch, and then I'm going to cut it again. So I have about 1.25 inches by 1 inch. And now for this lake design, I'm just going to be peeling back all that paperback adhesive and just laying this out. And then taking my iron and giving it a good press to activate that glue. Now to get the design in the middle, I'm going to fold my sweatshirt. Just get my side seams together and then that center front together, and I'm just going to crease this. This is the easiest way I found to get the design straight. It's difficult on sweatshirts because they're quite wide, and it's even if you measure with a ruler underneath the armpit, it can get off. So this is just the way that I find is the easiest. Just again, removing that paper. And then we'll be pressing this down into place as well. And now for that sleeve. I noticed that already had a crease in it, and so I'm not going to add another one. And I'm going to just put this piece of fabric approximately 5 inches up from the bottom edge. And we'll be doing the same to the other sleeve. I want to punch a hole in the center of each of these patches, so I'm just taking my Crop-A-Dile and putting it between the layers. and punching it right in the center. And then there's always a little piece of fabric to remove on the underside, so just doing that. I'm going to do the same with this sleeve, just punching that hole. I'm at my sewing machine now, and I'm going to attach this outer applique just using an applique stitch. It looks like a blanket stitch, but it is called an applique stitch on my sewing machine. And now I'm just attaching my other foot. I want my free motion foot on. I'm going to drop the feed dogs, and I'm just going to outline, just using a free motion stitch, these letters. Just going around each one. Real simple to do. I'm using like just a light blue thread for this, so it doesn't really show much at all. And I'm just traveling from one letter to the next. What's nice about this knit is there's very little fraying. And now for that patch on the sleeve, I'm going to use my free motion stitch and go around the box twice, and then I'm going to travel to the center, and I'm going to go around and around this circle or this hole. I'm cutting 1.5 inches off of this end of this strip of this fabric. I need about 10 inches for each of these sleeves, and I'm going to just form a tube. So I have right sides together, and I'm just going to stitch about 1/4 inch. Just putting a few clips in there to hold it together. I don't really need it to press that shut or press it. I just want to fold it just to keep it together for when I sew. I have my fast turns now, and I'm going to be placing that, one of those little cylinders, inside the tube, and then hooking that with one of the hooks and bringing it through and just turning this. I'll link those fast turns down below for you. I also have another little gadget. Here it is, that just has a hook on one side, and I'll link that as well. If you do a lot of these tubes, the fast turns are wonderful, but they are a little pricey, whereas this other little notion is very affordable, and I'll link both down below. Like I said, I need about 10 inches so for each of these sleeves. And now I'm going to fold that bottom edge of each of these sleeves up twice. I'm using a thread clipper just to punch that through that hole, and then just tying it at the bottom of the sleeve. This turns the sleeve into a 3/4 length, and just as an easy, I just think it's really a cute way to turn up your sleeve, especially in the summer. You can easily take that little tube away, and you can still, have a somewhat longer sleeve if you want. Doing the same with the other one. And this completes this project. I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. It was really quick and easy. I do have a couple photos at the end. I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.